General Motors executives in the early 2000s were ripping fat lines off the backsides of their secretaries every day. Though truth be told, this next car really isn't that weird by their standards, but it's still a historical footnote that's worth going over. By the early and mid-2000s, General Motors had a 100% ownership stake in Swedish company Saab and a 20% ownership stake in Fuji Heavy Industries, the company that owned Subaru. This was going to lead to two collaborative cars, the 96X, which was a rebadged Tribeca, which unfortunately never actually happened, and the 92X, which is a rebadged Subaru Impreza, which did happen. It was only sold for 2 years, 2005 and 2006. Most of the changes were entirely superficial and cosmetic, mostly redesigning the front end to give it that Saab look, but there was also some upgrades, namely to the interior, specifically to make it a little more luxurious and sort of take the edge off the Impreza a little bit, at the cost of a slightly higher price tag. Also, in traditional Saab fashion, they did a lot of strengthening of the crash structure to raise its safety rating. There were two trim levels, the linear with a naturally aspirated 2.5 and the aero with a turbo 2.0. The linear made roughly 170 horsepower and the aero made roughly 230. There were changes between the two model years that raised the horsepower on both models. Across both years, they only built about 10,000 of them. Because even though it was quirky enough to earn the nickname Saabaroo, it didn't do enough to earn over the Saab diehards. However, contemporary reviews were very positive of the 92X. Car and Driver specifically called it better than the WRX in every way. And now it's become somewhat of a cult classic amongst weird car enthusiasts. It's not the strangest car in a vacuum, but it's really weird when you consider the brand collaboration that went into it. Go listen to my music. I've got a new album out, link in bio. Okay, thanks, bye.